Yow! What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. We're about to get going here with our second half of the second map of these July Best Coast Battle Grand Finals. And, well, it's been a long month. I've been working all over the place and, of course, being involved with all of our broadcasts. Been a lot of fun, though. We've had a great display of action, and, well, it could potentially all come down to this as our East Coast champions, the Drift Kings, currently up 9-5 up against the 503 Burnsiders, Portland Burnsiders. I am joined by my good buddy Gizmo. How you doing, Gizmo?
Oh, I am fantastic.
Excellent.
Very anxious to see how this map goes and if we will see the third.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Burnsiders are going to need to storm back here, and we haven't had a ban from the Drift Kings yet. Just the ban from the Burnsiders, and they decided to ban Engineer. You know, I don't know. I don't know if that was really the biggest problem. Ban. Yeah. Well, you know, I think you need to watch out for that that term, Kyle, because that term is kind of starting to be thrown around in our community. And a burner ban to me is a ban that you waste because you can waste it. And I think that maybe we should just call wasted bans. Because to be brutally honest, even though the Burnsiders are my team, you know, a spy is a burner ban, you know, a class that nobody's playing, that's no problem. They had Engineer out, and I don't know if it really was a problem. I think that Scout, you know, was a bit more of a difficult matchup for them. They could have gone Soldier. They've decided not to, and we have some interesting lineups here, differing lineups. Soldier on the Burnsiders, Demo Man over on the Drift Kings. I guess everything else is similar, though. Let's see what Rob can do on Snipe this time around.
Pyro was our other ban, by the way.
Pyro?
Yes.
Interesting that ban comes out from the Drift Kings. Almost opposite of what I would have expected there. As Burnsiders getting pretty much smoked so far here. Rob staying alive, but everybody else having difficulties taken down. And the Drift Kings also coming out here with Quick Fix. They're using Kritzkrieg for a while there in the second half, or in the first half, excuse me.
Yeah, Pyro's not what I expected to see the ban with Jeff doing so well on it on the last map.
Yeah, I mean, I could have seen them ban Soldier to be disruptive to Fletcher. I think that would have been a smart play if they were maybe almost even a little bit more in tune with the Burnsiders lineup and what our capabilities bring to the table. Monsta gets a snipe out on Rob, while unit number 1 also getting a pipe kill, and the Burnsiders on off to the brightest of starts here on this half, which they're going to need a serious result from. 11-5 the score now. Drift Kings definitely settling into things, taking these twists and turns quite comfortably.
Maybe a little early to say, but the East has been dominant the past few months, and it might be another month for the East Coast.
Yeah, I don't think that the Burnsiders were completely out of contention in this matchup. I mean, certainly this match is still alive. We shouldn't talk about it like it's dead. Burnsiders certainly at a disadvantage now and have a tough road to climb that looks like it might only get tougher. East has brought a lot of heat. You know, the West, our best and brightest candidate this month, unfortunately couldn't really field their team, couldn't really get their team together like they needed to. We're talking about Dunning-Kruger effect, which Burnsiders, their first round forfeit victory over them, certainly helped the Burnsiders progress in this tournament. And you know, was a great option for West. One of the issues I know that was that Banny has a lot of obligations this month and next month with the conclusion of ESCA's season, as well as the upcoming I-Series LAN that he'll be attending. And we talked with Carl, and I think he's planning on reforming a slightly different team, new branding maybe, but him at the leadership helm, and it being a Seattle and Vancouver, BC based team. So I think that'll help out the West Coast, and I think we have a lot of LA talent that we still haven't really tapped into that East Coast. With teams like the Drift Kings that just came out of nowhere, I think there's a few more well-established teams that are ready to go. And Sneak getting on the point. Red is going to get the capture here. Burnsiders, they got Cyro on the back right here. He's going to sticky jump over the top here. Just a decent attack forward here. It needs to get some better damage. Needs to kill this medic. Does finally do so. Get the capture. And that was a quick fix Uber there?
That's what it looked like.
Yeah. Monster with a big snipe there. And oh my god, things getting tough here for the Burnsiders. They're going to get another capture there, which is nice. Cygnus actually getting an Ubersaw swipe there, which will also help out. That gives them about a 20% advantage. And Fletcher also putting some pressure over on the red combo pretty comfortably here. He's got to watch out. If he just dies, it's not going to help his team out here. Gets the bottle here, putting a lot of damage on the scout, but nobody's helping him out. I mean, in the meantime, Rob did kill the heavy weapons guy Sneak, so that's pretty important. And there we go, Man Peoples with the snipe. Burnsiders pulling one back. They do have the time here. I mean, we're talking about over 10 minutes and a 6-round difference. But I would say, I mean, if you're talking about a minute a round average, which sometimes they're faster, but if that's what, you know, you're moving forward with here, if that's the assumption, then the Burnsiders cannot drop more than 4 rounds here.
Yeah, they are on a tight clock to try and get this done if they do lose any.
Rob, taken out by Jeff, was trying to like pick at the sniper a little bit just from distance. And, you know, Arena Respawn is a mode where desperation generally does not help you out. I mean, I think that's a common theme in competitive games and competitive TF2, you know, whatever. Oftentimes if you get too desperate, you know, things just are not going to work out well for you. And right now the Burnsiders definitely have to kind of stretch for some things here. And you lose that round 13-6.
Yeah, Drift Kings have just been keeping the pressure on the Burnsiders. When they do push in for that point, they make sure that they are not coming back. If they are back by the little house, they will pin them in that corner and take advantage of all the flanking options.
And unit number 1 has definitely done really good in this matchup when he has been on Demo Man. Had some difficulties in the first half, not getting his class of choice, and as well, you know, finding some classes to play. Oh, nice prediction pipe around the corner is going to lead to the respawn, though, of that scout. Rob throws the demo in the air, can't get that snap pipe. That would have been way, way crazy if he had hit that. Coming in with stickies, good damage on Man People's Curator, takes him out. Rockets coming in from Fletcher. Charge called out here on the quick fix. Red team has used their charge. 10 seconds on the clock. Can't allow this double capture to happen. Fletcher needs to find Cyro somehow. They need to get to the point. Otherwise, it's just going to be a double capture scenario. The red medic is on the point trying to get that capture. And there we go. Good
well
rotation
timed.
from Fletcher. Yeah, definitely very well timed. So we're going to have some issues. There's the end of the quick fix. And Man People's Curator gets a snipe. Cygnus taken out, though. If Cygnus was able to back there, then they could have maybe stayed in and won this fight or had a good impact. But it's just going to be Man People's Curator up against a fully stacked team. He gets in close for the melee, hits one. But there we go. Unit number 1 hitting that number 1 pipe. And yeah, that razor line that I was talking about and the pace of rounds potentially just getting more and more dire here as the Burnsiders now an 8-round deficit here in the second half. Under 8 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, this is the point of no return for them if they don't pull a few rounds in. Actually, all of them. Get a DC.
Oh, from Monster again.
Does appear that way.
Of course. That might not stop them, though, as a pretty devastating team here today. Are going to get the respawn here, so it's a 4v5 even with that respawn. Sneak, a decent amount of health. He's going to watch out, though. He's going to get marked for death as soon as he stands on that point. They do have the quick fix out. Burnsiders have the quick fix out as well. Sneak in trouble here. Has bought some time for players like Unit 1 to come out here and start mixing it up here. Oh, my God. Well, capture comes out here for Red Team, which that one was a little excessive. They just need to win this fight. If they just win this fight, oh my God, they'll win this round. And Jesus, the Drift Kings. How devastating here. As they really, you know, like, it's kind of one of those things that if you're just like, if everybody was on equal footing, if everything just came down to the stats, you know, to the numbers of it, really Tokyo Drift should not have won that round. They were 4v5 the entire time. They kind of did a double capture that didn't respawn any players for them. But they just stayed tight, kept the heels up, and got frags, you know. And I think, you know, 4v5 is obviously not a very good scenario, but just the way that Arena Respawn works, you certainly are not completely out of the game if you're forced to play 4v5. They're having some issues here, though, and will probably lose this round. But, you know, honestly, too, they could just stay in spawn at this point and play extremely defensive, and they probably be just fine. And here comes Monster back anyways. So.
The point for the knee.
Yeah. I mean, victory formation. Build level 3 sentries outside of your spawn. We might see that someday, Kyle.
I do hope we get to the point that we do see some teams
some victory formation.
Feel confident enough for the victory formations.
I mean, they could pull it right now. They could basically force a GG out by, you know, you don't contest middle, and you just say, okay, well, we know it's going to take you a minimum of 45 seconds every single round. You just walk out there and capture it and double capture it. You know, you actually slow the whole process down by staying in your spawn. If you roll out, you're just feeding into the grinder, you know.
Yeah, and we did see that play last month on this map with a level 3 sentry being built and a dispenser just hanging out right behind the crates.
Yeah. I mean, that can work, but, you know, they could definitely take it real confrontational. And I guess there's not too many ammo packs towards the back of this map, but, you know, they don't have to go too far out to find a place to camp. Fletcher has to bounce back to make sure he doesn't get the capture there. Burnsiders may be playing this out for practice now. And People's Curator looking across the point here. Sneak kill on Fletcher. Jeff coming in. Oh my god, with Monster they get the kill. And Drift King's not letting the foot off the gas pedal here. Fletcher, Rob, and Man People's the last player standing for the Burnsiders. Monster getting a snipe on Rob. Man People's going for the medic. There goes Fletcher getting the kill. 16-8, 4 minutes on the clock here.
Yeah, it's outside of that realm of possibility, I believe, at this point. For how long the rollouts are.
Yeah, without a doubt. And wow, Drift Kings have put on a very strong map this month, showing this month. Unit number 1, their backup player, coming in here tonight and doing a great job. I was a little worried about that after the first half. I mean, which was a half of the first map that did not go well for the Drift Kings. They got cleared out very easily, and 10-5 start for the Burnsiders. But as this night developed, the Drift Kings, you know, took a couple laps, a couple rounds around the racetrack, and then they started settling in. They started getting work done on Discovery, started figuring out how they had to play, how to set up their classes. And I do believe a missed opportunity there with the Burnsiders and their class bands in that first map. I think that would be a complete game changer if you played that second half over again and the Burnsiders banned Pyro instead of Engineer. Completely different match.
Yeah, with Jeff being so dominant on that map, rolling the edge, just pushing people off, and very dominant. There was no real hope.
Yeah.
For that second half of the map, and that is one of the things that a new team coming in has the advantage of, because no one really knew what they were going to be playing or how skilled they were with certain classes.
Yeah, and we've seen a lot of different classes from Jeff and some of the players on the Drift Kings, but I don't think we necessarily saw Pyro from him in that devastating of a fashion as well. You know, they had a good showing against Pink Flowers of Friendship, but I think Jeff was playing other utility classes. I'll have to go back and look at the VODs to really know the answer on that. But he was not necessarily rocking it on Pyro all day long. He hasn't been doing that here, but that particular moment was certainly too devastating for the Burnsiders. And there we go, unit number 1 leading the charge with a couple frags there. And DK continuing this devastating pace here. 18-9 the score now. While we're still live here with gameplay, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, iGames, iGamesApp.com, enabling us to, well, throw the cash money out at the players this month, which is fantastic. They have an awesome iPhones app featured on reviews, upcoming games, cool stuff like that. So give it a check. It's a free app, and certainly we enjoy their support to help us put on this fantastic tournament. And this tournament will be back next month, the month after that, and the month after that. So we got 3 more fantastic months of Arena Respawn tournaments coming at you guys. And I'm looking forward to the continued evolution of teams like the Portland Burnsiders, like the Drift Kings, who are well on their way to take the championship here tonight. You know, several teams that are returning or reshaping. There's a lot of possibilities. And, you know, our regional aspect is really exciting, and we just want to get a lot of teams in here and get some good competition. Hopefully have a few more teams next month so that we can bring back that group stage format.
Yeah, and all of the upcoming months are going to be sponsored by iGames as well, thanks to their continued contribution through this entire year's worth of Best Coast battles.
And Burnsiders getting a better start there. Wow, it was a quick round. Not quick enough that it's going to give them 7 more rounds here, or the time to get 7 more rounds here, as GFN Tokyo somehow gets 700 ping here. I don't think it's going to affect the competitive balance of this match, or stop them from possibly getting a win here, as they pretty much could just go to middle and take a picture with their opponents here, as this game a done deal.
This is where the ceremonial conga should have come out.
Yeah.
All on point.
Yeah, it's like the Tour de France, Tour of Paris at the end of the Tour de France. You know who the winner is. You just let leisurely ride around Paris. And that's what this round was for the Drift Kings, a leisurely round to take the final score here on this second map to be 19-11. We had an extremely close first map, which the Drift Kings were able to snatch away from the Portland Burnsiders with a devastating second half, but a very strong performance on Koth Arctic means that Tokyo Drift are your Best Coast Battle champions for this month, for July 2015. Congratulations to them, a awesome accomplishment, particularly as well since they just stepped in here this month. Brand new team, and we're very excited to have them as a part of this tournament. And we're going to try to grab some of them for a quick interview here in just a second. I don't think we quite have them in our channel, but we will be grabbing some players from the Drift Kings to speak with them a little bit more about their victory here and what they were able to accomplish. And as we said, we're looking forward towards our next month action. We do take about 2 weeks off to just focus on pickup games, getting new players involved, and talking to teams, getting teams formed up, and, well, yeah, bringing in captains, all that sort of stuff. So we'll take a little bit of a break. Still might see us on Tuesdays and Thursdays with those pug games, like I was saying. But otherwise, we will be back in a few more weeks with our August Best Coast Battle. Without further ado, I have 2 members of our champions, the Drift Kings, in here, and that is GFN and Jeff. GFN, how are you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good, thanks.
Excellent. And Jeff, yourself?
Hello, I'm good.
Wonderful. First off, congratulations, guys. A good victory. How are you guys feeling right now? Let's start with GFN.
It's pretty exciting. I mean, we played a good match. I don't know. It's just kind of general hype.
Yeah. And Jeff, yourself, I mean, you had a really devastating second half on Discovery, and we really felt like that was your play on Pyra was the game-changing performance on Discovery. You know, particularly, especially considering your guys' run back on that map to win it by a single round afterwards. You know, I know that you guys are newer to this mode. I know that Discovery was a newer map. Would you go over a little bit of your Discovery, or, you know, or say how Discovery went for you, and you know, how your guys' strategy evolved over that map?
Well, I think that like our whole team did not know what that map was, and like I myself didn't know how to play it at all, and we just gradually just played where they're playing, like play opposite positions of where they're playing. We started doing more flanks because the map was really big, had open spots, easily flank.
Yeah, it definitely took us a little while to get used to it. We were definitely like not ready for the map at all, but we kind of walked into it.
Nice, nice. How'd you guys feel about the engineer ban? Did that kind of surprise you in the second half? Were you expecting something a bit more aggressive?
I know some of their players, and I don't know why they banned NG. I know like one of them is really good on NG, but I don't know. It did kind of surprise me.
Yeah, we were kind of shocked. It's kind of confusing, but yeah.
Now, you guys heading into Arctic, obviously, you know, were a map up, felt pretty comfortable. You know, definitely, did you guys get a good sense of, I know that, again, you guys are newer to this format, did Arctic feel like home to you guys? Were you guys more prepared for Arctic because it was your map throughout this tournament?
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Cool. And did you guys feel like the bans went pretty well for you, you know, set you guys up pretty comfortably again in this map as well?
Yeah, the bans were straightforward. We knew what we were doing, and yeah.
Cool. You know, you guys definitely did some good things. You brought out Beggar's Bazooka in this map. Did you feel like that's a interesting weapon right now? It seems to be very successful in this game mode, but sometimes some difficulties. Do you think there's things that they could have done to counter that, or was that just a good enough strategy? You maybe should have even been doing that earlier.
Well, from what I know UGC banned Beggars, and I used to main Beggars like a lot in Highlander. It was a really good weapon to me. I just gotta say that there's no outward counter to it. The only thing that can really counter it was like short circuit, but I don't think they wanted to use that.
Yeah, I mentioned that in my cast as well, because I think the first time that you kind of whipped it out, they did have an engineer on the field, but it's one of those things like, you know, you can't switch to short circuit just out of nowhere. And they did, I think they tried to kind of counter you with Pyro as well, with some of the class switches that they were doing. So, yeah, I mean, did you guys enjoy the open whitelist? Obviously, with the Beggar's Bazooka, you took a bit of an advantage of it.
Yeah, we had fun with it.
Yeah, the open waitlist was awesome. It's really enjoyable.
Cool, cool. So, are you guys excited for next month? You guys gonna come back, defend your crown, represent New York again?
Yeah, I might come back actually.
I think
Maybe
so,
play
yeah.
them together, yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Well, certainly we hope to have you guys back here, you know, and build you guys up as, you know, New Yorkers and representing for that region. Definitely excited to have you guys come in this month and do such a fantastic job against teams that have been established in our community, like Pink Flowers of Friendship and the Portland Burnsiders. Let's give both of you guys a chance for some final words, GFN.
Shout out to Unit for sure. He was a big part in our game. We've been swapping out demos, and we just he's a demo main on our 6 team, so we brought him in, and he performed well.
Cool, yeah. I mentioned that in the first half. I mean, obviously that you guys were bringing in a ringer for the first part, and then honestly, Unit did look a little bit awkward in that very first half. I'm sure due to your guys' inexperience with the map, but also the fact that he was banned from demo. But he did a very good job as well, so it was cool that you guys were able to bring him in. Jeff, some final words and some shout-outs from you?
Shoutouts to my team, and shoutouts to the enemy team. And shoutouts to Rob on the enemy team. I love you, man.
Cool, there we go. Alrighty, well, thanks a lot for joining us tonight, guys. It was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed the match from the Drift Kings. Again, congratulations to you guys for taking home the Best Coast Battle Crown and the associated cash with it. Want to give a shout out to our sponsors, iGamesApp.com, your iPhone app for game reviews, upcoming games release, calendar, tracking all that sort of things, discussing that sort of things. Very cool thing. Also want to give a shout out to Mod Mics, Antline Audio. Their product is fantastic. It is a microphone that you can attach to your headset, keep your headset, add a mod mic. Very cool stuff. We appreciate their support. And big shout out to the Pro Battle League for organizing all this, and the Arena Respawn community, all the people involved with this. Huge shout out to Lagbot. Gizmo gets to put some time on air, but Lagbot does a ton of work and no air time. So huge shout out to Lagbot. We have a lot of people behind the scenes helping us make this tournament a reality. And we're very excited, like we said, to continue to offer you guys this tournament month after month. And we're looking forward to our August month, our September month, and our October month. You know, I think even too with Valve's continuing changes of the gameplay, our open whitelist, the gunmetal update, there was a lot of interesting stuff this month. I think we just scratched the surface. There, we saw Demo Samurai once, and it was devastating, and then we didn't see it again. We only really saw a touch of Beggar's Bazooka in the finals, but if the Burnsiders had a soldier that was throwing around Beggar's Bazooka, maybe that would have made them more competitive, since that is what Jeff was doing. There's a lot of questions still to remain to be answered about Arena Respawn, about the strength of some of these loadouts, what really is the strongest class right now. We're going to take the data from our bans, take a peek at that, see really what people were banning, and that's going to be really interesting to see if it really is, if there really is an issue with Heavy and Pyro and NG, or if it's not a big deal. There's so much going on with this mode, and I'm just extremely excited for our next month. Our regular broadcasts are Tuesday and Thursday nights. We won't be having that the first couple weeks of August, partially due to the international, but also our tournament takes place in the second halves of the month. In the first half of the month, we're focused on pugs, getting teams together, getting people in, and having a good time, spreading the Arena Respawn mode, spreading TF2, just offering awesome competition. So thanks again for tuning in tonight, ladies and gentlemen, whether you're watching live or on our VOD. And that's about all I got. Gizmo, any final words from you, man?
Well, two things. I do want to tease that we might be at a very special venue next month for the tournament. Has not been confirmed yet, but there is a possibility that we will be somewhere together.
Yes. Yes.
In the same room. So that could be very exciting. You might be joined by a couple of very cool guests.
And we're actually also looking at a special event on September. So we'll see about that as well. So who knows?
Yes, very much so. I'm very excited about the next couple months. And to mention those next couple months, we are keeping the prize pool of $325 continued into August and September, with October doubling that prize pool to make the grand total over the next 3 months $1,300 up for grabs still. So if you do have a team or you would like to form a team, definitely go to battleleague.com and register there on the website. We'll make sure to keep you up to date with all of the most current registration possibilities, and you should be watching for that registration form to come out for August's Best Coast Battle in the next couple days.
A lot of cool stuff, and we're definitely excited about the future. There's just so much. I think Arena Respawn still continuing to really grow as a format. We're continuing to look at different maps that we can bring in to increase our map pool. And just all very exciting stuff. So, again, keep watching, ladies and gentlemen. Keep supporting us with your viewership. And we're just excited to bring you more gameplay in response to that. So, might be a little bit of a break before you see us next. But thanks so much for watching. I am eXtine, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out!